The first screen you can see here, you can see a map where you have an overview of where exactly your data loggers are located, and you can also see the current soil moisture level. Furthermore, here on the left side, you can see a more detailed overview of the soil moisture level of these 3 locations based on the dates selected up here. Next, I would like to show you what happens once the data loggers have been added to the software and sensors have been inserted into the soil. For this, we will click on here, Charts. Now we will see the data coming in for each of our data loggers that are out in the field. Here you can see the raw data, which is called volumetric water content. Volumetric water content shows in percent the proportion of water that is in the soil. Here on top you can see 2 different lines. Every line shows the data for an individual sensor. So this data logger has 2 sensors attached to it, one placed at 20 centimeters, the other placed at 40 centimeters depth. The field capacity is important because it's the point at which the soil can hold onto water and the water does not run through or seep through anymore. This is different for each type of soil or for each location, and that's the unique thing about our solution, that we adjust all of our measurements to the individual soil type. Once the field capacity has been set, we can press this button up here and translate to plant available water. Then the values are converted to plant available water. Generally, we always want the moisture to be within the safe range here. This safe range is based upon the crop that you have entered for the specific location early on when setting up the data logger, and it signifies that your crop has sufficient water available to avoid plant stress. Now everything has been calibrated and the moisture safe range has been added, and what that then means is that you have this really nice and easy to understand overview. Here we are only showing soil moisture, but we can also show soil temperature, which is very interesting, especially if you are planning to seed in the spring. Here you can see the soil temperature for each of the sensors per data logger. Besides soil temperature, we also offer to show you rain data. For this, you will need to have a rain gauge, and when you have a rain gauge on your property, you can simply turn on this button here, and then the precipitation or rain data will be shown in millimeters per day here, which is very interesting because then you can also see how the soil reacts, or the soil moisture reacts, to the amounts of rainfall. The last data point we show is called EC. EC is soil salinity. If you have decided to order a TDR sensor, then you can measure EC in the soil. Turn this on, and then for each of the sensors in the soil, you will have an EC value that shows the soil salinity, which gives you a good indication of how many nutrients are in the soil. Click on your farm, and then you can enable instant notifications. You do this by adding your phone number, adding the type of message you want to receive, and then going to the individual device, and here you can subscribe to plant stress notifications. You can also subscribe to over irrigation notifications. Click, and then you will get a text message or a WhatsApp message, and you will always know when irrigation is necessary across your operation.